Hello, beautiful souls, divine beings. Welcome in this lovely space with me. Today's reading our message. I will see if I'm gonna pull some cards or not, but Spirit is guiding me to share something about the chosen ones, right? The chosen ones. You see it pop up everywhere, and many are chosen, or many are called, few are chosen. It's not true. All are called, but few choose. Few choose to listen and answer the call. But the chosen ones, the way it appears, the way it's been used and misused, again God's words being misused in such an incredible way, and it doesn't come from a bad place. It just comes from the insane belief of being an individual self. It's it's the spiritual ego that again tries to separate. You really think that God would choose just a few and leave the rest? It doesn't make any sense. This is not love. This is what the ego makes of it. So it's a trap. And unfortunately, many believe in this, that God is setting people apart. God is oneness. God is love. And God loves us equally. In truth, there is only one Son, and we are all God's only Son. No one is special to God, and we all are. But equally, God loves us equally. And God sees us all equally innocent and equally holy. So this whole concept of the chosen ones, 144,000, will be chosen or are chosen and the rest will burn in hell. This is insane, guys. This is insanity. This is what the ego does. And it's based on separation. Right? This is again the choice. We always have the free will to choose. We have that power. We have been given free will to choose. Do we choose the ego, or do we choose to remember what we are, which is our truth in God, oneness with all that is. It's pure love, it's peace, it's joy, and it's oneness. So there is this, what do we choose to believe in, right? Because also, it's love or fear, it's truth or illusion. It all comes back to the same. It's being more than someone else. It's superiority. It comes from arrogance. It comes from the identity of the human self, the lower self. That tries to set apart, make the self or others more special, more important, more worthy of God's love, which is, this is really, that's the insanity in there. So if you, this is pure without judgment, right? But it's just to ask yourself if you feel pulled to that, the chosen ones. Because some bring it very beautifully, and they also, there is a lot of innocence that is also in there. It doesn't come from a bad place. It just It's a mad belief. It's an insane belief. And it's unconscious. So it's just an invitation to, if you feel pulled in there, to ask yourself, wow, what is this actually? Right? God doesn't see good or bad. God will not choose a few and let the others burn in hell. That's impossible. Hell doesn't even exist for God. That's what we make from it. That's the judgments of the ego. That is right and that is wrong. You are good and I am bad, or I am good and you are bad. It's all based on separation, and the separation is an illusion. God is oneness, love. Real love. And that means unconditional love. No matter what. No matter what someone seems to do. No matter what someone seems to say. No matter what, love. That is God. Right? So I felt inspired to share something about this because I saw it popping up again in a way that it made me sad in a sense. And the fact that it made me sad is also something for me to look at, because it also means that I'm putting a judgment there. And I looked at it, right? And I forgave myself in the sense of I have no idea what this actually is, so I surrender. God, Source, Spirit, the Mother, I surrender. You show me what this is. And there I could also see that it's my own sadness that is a belief that I still have, in the sense of how misused the word of God has been, and also what a mess we all of us, we are all responsible for this, right? We are all in this together. What a madness did we make up? It's still a dream, right? That is the truth. And that is always the way out, remembering that it's just a dream. Nothing of this is real. But we are trying to wake up out of the dream. And messages like that are not helping. Messages based on separation and then using it as coming from God is not helping. It's keeping us asleep. It's keeping us circling and circling and circling and circling around, right? So we have to come back to ourselves, and we have to remember for ourselves that we always have a choice. We have free will to choose, and it's one choice that makes up everything, and it's a choice that we make in each and every moment. Do we choose truth or do we choose illusion? And there is a sense of, it's not a judgment, but there is a sense of discernment that is also in there. When we choose the truth, when we choose to let the truth guide us, right? Because the one that chooses, the one that has free will, can choose the truth, be guided by the truth, or be guided by illusion. Be guided by illusion is choosing the ego as your guide. When we choose to be guided by the truth, there is reason that comes with that. And when we then look with reason on the message that is there, that 144,000 are chosen and the rest will burn in hell. When you really look at that with the eyes of truth, with the eyes of love, you can see how insane it is. And there it's up to us to make a choice to see it through the eyes of love, which doesn't mean we judge it. We see everything through the eyes of love, which also means that everything and all is either an expression of love or it's a cry for love. And the answer is always love. Also with this, the answer is love. It's not something to judge, right? What happened with me, the sadness that rose within me when seeing this, I look at myself, right? Because I see there is some kind of belief that judges this as being something to be sad about, which also means that I value the dream. So I look at that and I forgive that. I choose truth, and there I can see it's all but a dream. There's no reason to be sad about it, right? Because it never happened. It's just a dream. But we keep the dream real by the choices that we make. And the sadness that is also in here is what I said before. It's we are seeking, right? We want to wake up. Many of us, all of us in essence, but conscious or unconscious, we all want to wake up. And if we are really seeking for something, then these messages can be very misleading, right? And then again, it's nothing to judge, it's something to forgive. It's an opportunity to see through it with the eyes of love and see that it's just a cry for love. And then we forgive ourselves up until we see with the eyes of truth. And there I felt inspired to share something which is based on truth, or at least leading to the truth. It's not adding to the illusion. It's not adding to the separation. Right? And for ourselves, we have to take responsibility for ourselves. We have to understand that we have a choice. And that choice, that choice that we make in each and every moment, truth or illusion, love or fear, it makes up our whole experience. It leads us out of the dream, or it keeps us asleep. So we have to know our responsibility in there. We have to know our responsibility and we have to act on it if we want to wake up. And look at it, like I say, if you really look at this with reason, right? With a right mind, with the mind that is aligned with truth, which is your higher mind. When you really look at that, it just doesn't make any sense. As does nothing that the ego makes up makes any sense. If you really look at it, it's pure insanity. And we have a choice. We have a choice to choose to feed the insanity, or we have a choice to say, no more. No more. And we are not fighting the insanity. We are just bringing it to the light of truth. And when we bring it to the light of truth, we can see how insane it is, and there it just dissolves. because it's based on illusion. It's based on nothing. Okay, so that for the chosen ones. Once more, all are called, but few choose. And what does it mean to choose? It means that you choose to wake up. And when you say, I'm ready to wake up, then all the divine beings hear your answer to the call and come down, in a sense, which is also an illusion, but come down to help us and to lead us out of the dream. But when we say, I'm ready to wake up, it also means that we have to face anything and all that we still value about the dream. Which is anything and all we value about the insanity of the dream. Talisman. And the gentle gardener, again, this is not about judgment, right? Because the whole dream started with judgment. Because we started to believe that we were separate from God, which is impossible. It's a belief. And we took it seriously. We started to believe in the dream. And we judged ourselves. We made ourselves guilty. And we thought we deserved punishment for that. So also the way out is not by judgment. It's not by seeing ourselves as sinful, doing something wrong. It's remembering our innocence. It's remembering that we never did anything wrong. That we just started to believe in something insane. So the gentle gardener, it's the mother. It's this unconditional loving presence that is within all of us. Right? And it's choosing, when we choose the truth, there is the mother, the gentle gardener that is leading us, guiding us with pure love. And she does not see any mistakes. She does not see any sins. She sees mistakes and she corrects them if we are willing to bring them to her and to say, what do you see, mother? Because I see something to judge, I see something to fear, I see something that is wrong, I see something that is ugly, I see something beautiful, even whatever we put there, whatever we value in the dream. We just have to be willing to bring it to the mother, and to, which is the truth. Bring it to her and ask her, what do you see? What do you what is your judgment on this? Right? And there it's love. It's either an expression of it or it's a cry for it. So also there, towards ourselves, nothing to judge, because our mistakes are a cry for love. And the answer is always love. Talisman. What do you choose? Which way do you choose? Which path do you want to walk? You want to walk the path of truth or you want to keep yourself imprisoned in the illusion, which is your free will. It's our free will to do so, right? It's coming back to that point of I have a choice here. I can choose something else. And we can choose to keep on sleeping. The mother doesn't judge us for it. She'd prefer that we say, enough, I'm ready to wake up now. I'm doing this for eons, right? I think I had enough. I don't want to condemn myself anymore to an experience of suffering where everything seems to have power over me. I'm willing to do something different here, right? That's what she's waiting for. And she waits very patiently. She doesn't judge us when we say, I want to stay and dream a little bit longer. I want to dwell there a little bit longer. But at some point, all of us will choose the truth again. It's inevitable. It already happened. Because in God, time and space, it's an illusion. In truth, time and space, it's an illusion. And we already decided to wake up. We are just living out the past. The talisman, let me read this for you. A lesson truly learned is crystallized as earned wisdom. You have all you need for the success you seek. Wisdom allows you to recognize the traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you are on your journey. It helps you to recognize your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. Now you're at a place where you know the right things to do and the best choices to make. You really can't commit a mistake. Whatever your inquiry, great fortune awaits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right decision. You have learned your lessons and you have earned the right to your success. This is where it leads to when we choose the truth, right? When we choose to, whenever we are triggered, right, by something that happens in our external world or something that seems to happen within us, when we just make the right decision, which is choosing, whenever we are triggered, it means we have chosen the ego. Otherwise, we would be at peace. So the right decision is to look at whatever triggers us and to choose to bring it to the truth. And there, drop all our own judgments, drop all our own ideas about what this seems to be, and simply ask. And there we will be given a different view. We will be given the vision to be able to see through the eyes of love. And that is what this is speaking about, right? Making the right choices. Remembering that we have a choice at all times. You have all you need for the success you seek. Anything and all we are seeking for, behind anything and all that we are seeking for in the dream is always longing for God. It's a longing for love. It's a longing for peace. It's a longing for joy. God's gifts, that is our true longing. That are our true desires. But when we choose the truth, when we choose to remember what we are, these gifts are freely given. God gives freely, always. It's just us. We are choosing, when we choose the ego to lead us, to guide us, we are choosing not to be aware of the gods, of the gifts of God that are of the gifts of God that are always given us. When we choose the ego to lead us, we in a sense sacrifice love, peace, joy, truth. And then we are seeking for it in our external world, or in the world of form, or by doing things with the ego as our guide, and it can never give us what we are really seeking for. The only place where we can really feel fulfilled is when we choose the truth, when we choose to remember what we truly are. And when we choose to remember what we truly are, we are this, our cup opens up, our holy grail opens up, and freely it's been poured into with real love, real peace, real joy. Our awareness opens up again for the truth, which then allows us to see through all the illusion, right? So it's this choice. And it comes from the chosen ones, right? God doesn't choose us. We are choosing to remember that we are one with God, or we are choosing against it. And that is a choice that we have in each and every moment. So once more, many are called, few are chosen. It's not true. All are called. All of us are called. We all hear the call. And we can choose in each and every moment to answer that call. And when we answer that call, we choose to remember our truth. And there we get help, real help. And the more we choose the truth, the more we choose to remember, the more our true nature is leading us again instead of the ego. Instead of dreaming, we can be awake in the dream. It's still a dream, but it's a very different experience, and it leads straight to God. So my dear beautiful souls, be sweet with yourself. Be very sweet, very loving, and very gentle with your beautiful selves. Remember that you are innocent. Remember that God is pure love. And God only has love for us, for all of us, no matter what we do. No matter how bad we think about ourselves or anybody else. That is not of God. Remember that we have a choice in each and every moment. So choose well, choose the truth, choose love. Wherever you are, whatever seems to be, whatever you seem to do, whatever seems to happen, choose love. And use reason. Use reason to be aware of where you invest your time and your focus. Is it something that is helping you and supporting you to wake up, if that is your choice? Or is it something that is just keeping you circling in an endless illusion of suffering? So just be aware. Be aware of what you are, and be aware of the choices, the choice that you always have, and be aware of the choices that you make. Okay, my dear beautiful souls, this is what I have for you today. This is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope this was helpful, and I'm sending lots of love, lots of light, lots of peace and blessings for each and every one.